Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you read by the title, today's video is story time. If y'all are ready to hear my story of how I became pregnant, go ahead and like this video right now. And if y'all are ready, let's get started. So, let's go back to March 2018. March 2018, it was when I had my normal period as usual. Then April came. And the week my period was supposed to come, it didn't. And then I didn't feel myself. Like, I know something was wrong. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I didn't feel myself. So the days passed. We were already on the last week of April. And I told my boyfriend, I was like, hey, so my period hasn't come yet. And I think without me saying the words, he already knew. So he was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, I mean, what do you expect? My period hasn't come. I haven't had any cramps or anything. Like, I feel normal. And then he was like, so do you want to buy some pregnancy tests? I was like, yeah, I mean, that's our only option. And then, so I got the test the April 26th. To be exact, it was a school day. He came to pick me up so we could go to school. I took one in the morning when I went to the restroom, and usually you have to wait 3 to 5 minutes for the results to come in. So I waited, but I put the test back in the little baggie, and I put it inside my backpack. So we were about to leave, and I told my mom, ya me voy, ya nos vamos a la escuela. Y luego mi mom nos dijo, okay, que Dios los bendiga. And then we were leaving already. And then my boyfriend said, hey, give me your backpack, I'm gonna go turn on the truck. As usual, he does that. And then I was like, okay. But then I was like, but don't see it. Like, he knew, but I was like, you better not see it. So he went to turn on the truck, he took my backpack, and then I was like, okay, ma, ya me voy. And then me persinó, and then I gave her a kiss, and then I told her bye. And then I went outside to the truck, and then when I opened the truck, he was like, he had a big smile, like, he had his eyes open with a big smile. I was like, what? And then I was like, look at it. And then I was like, I told you not to see it. Golly, you don't listen. That's what I told him. And then I opened my backpack and saw it, and it was still in the little baggie. And then I was like, I don't know if I should open it, take it out or not. And then he was like, look at it. And then I was like, okay, like, I took a deep breath, and then I took it out of the bag, and then I looked at it, and it came out positive. Like, it had the two little lines, one like this, one like that, right? Or it's two lines. But here's a picture just in case. What? Like, I couldn't believe it. I was in shock. I didn't know what to say. And then it was like, I know. I put the same face. And then I was like, oh my god. Like, I wanted to cry so bad. But, like, I hold, like, oh my god. Like, I couldn't say nothing. And I was like, let's just go to school. And then we were on our way to school, and he was just looking at me, and he was like, what's wrong? And I was like, nah. Like, I couldn't believe it. And then I was like, what are we gonna do? And he was like, I don't was like, you realize that we have to tell my parents and your dad, right? And he was like, yeah, I know. And then I was like, okay, because we did this, so our parents have to know, because I'm not gonna go through my whole pregnancy. I know my mom. She would eventually know something's up with me without me telling her. She'll ask me if something's up, and then I would deny it, but I know I have to tell her at the end. So that same day, school went by. That the test, I still had it in my backpack, and then I was like, oh my god, what are we gonna do? Like, oh my god, things are going through my mind, like, are we gonna live? What are we gonna do? Are we both gonna work? Like, a lot of things are going through my mind that day. And I mean, in the afternoon, he came to drop me off to my house, and he was like, so what do you want to do? What do you think? And then I was like, well, I mean, we have to find a day to tell my parents, my mom and my dad, and to see what they're gonna say. I mean, I know exactly what they were gonna say. Like, I know my parents. But for his dad, like, he had to tell him. So I was like, we have to find a day to tell them, and we need to think about what we're gonna do, because this is a big responsibility. It's just the two of us. We did this, and we have to, be mature about it. So he left me home, and then it was already like an afternoon, like say 8 or 9 at night. Before I went to bed, I took a second test. I went to the restroom, peed on the little stick, and then I put it back in the little bag. And then I went back to my room, and then I locked the door and waited 3 to 5 minutes for the results to come in. And then I took the test out of the baggie, and it had the 2 lines. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm definitely pregnant. So those were the tests and how me and him found out. And we weren't expecting it. The week after I took the test, it was already May. I think, yes. I'm not sure, I don't remember. We decided to tell my mom, because my dad usually goes to sleep early because he has to wake up early to work the next day. So we were in the living room, me and my boyfriend, and like, we were nervous. Like, I was more nervous. I was scared. I didn't know what to think, or like what to tell my mom. And I was like, ma, te tenemos que decir algo, te tenemos que platicar algo. And then we were watching la novela, and then she put pause, and then she was like, ¿qué pasó? And then like, oh my god, I didn't say nothing. Like, me quedé muda, like, tenía la boca cerrada, like, words didn't come out of my mouth. And then she was like, ¿qué pasó? Dime. And then I was like, es que no sé si decirte o no, pero sé que te tengo que decir porque eres mi mamá y te vas a dar cuenta, y pues a mí te tengo que decir, ¿verdad? And then my boyfriend was like, just show her the tests, and I had them in my backpack still. And then I was like, okay, ahorita vengo. And then I went to get the test, both of them, and I came out the room. I was like behind my mom, and then my boyfriend saw me out, and then he was like, ándale. And then she saw me from back, and then she was like, ándale, Jocelyn, ¿qué me vas a decir? Si me vas a decir, ya dime. And then I was like, okay. And then I gave the tests to her so she can see them. And then, like, she knows what they were, right? And then, like, when I told her that I'll be right back, I saw her face, like she already thought of something. Like, I don't know if it was this or what. But then I gave her the test. She looked at them, and then she was like, oh my god. Like, she was in shock. Like, she wasn't mad as I thought she would be, but she was in shock. She didn't know what to say, and she just looked at us. And she was like, ¿y qué van a hacer? And then we were like, no sabemos. And then she was like, pues, tienen que saber qué hacer. Tienen que saber dónde van a vivir, cómo van a mantener al niño, si van a trabajar los dos o qué, pero se van a tener que ser responsables, porque esto no nada más lo hiciste tú o él, sino los dos. And then we were like, sí, yo sé. And then she was still in shock. She, like, her face, like, she had her eyes wide open too. And I really thought she was gonna be mad and cry, honestly. But she didn't. She just got shocked. She didn't know what to say. She didn't expect it either. And then she was like, ¿y cuándo lo vas a decir a tu papá? And then I was like, I don't know. And then she was like, bueno, pues mañana cuando llegue del trabajo le van a decir los dos. Se van a sentar en la mesa, le van a decir a los dos. Y pues a ver qué te dice. And then she was like, ya sabes qué te va a decir. I was like, ya sé, mom. And then I started crying because I know how my dad is, and he's not strict, but like, he expects me and my sister to follow rules. We don't have strict rules, but I mean, he sees me as his little girl, and I know that. And then I was thinking, like I know he's gonna be disappointed, and like, I know I was gonna disappoint him. Sorry. I know I was gonna disappoint him because, like, I'm the little one and I'm supposed to finish high school, get a career, go to college, as like my sister did. But this happened. I didn't expect it. So I was really nervous to tell him. I'm sorry. And then my boyfriend had to leave already because it was already late. And then I went with him outside, and then I started crying more, and I told him that I was scared, that I didn't know what to do, but I really needed his support. And then, oh my god, I'm sorry. I didn't think it was gonna be this hard to talk about. So I told him that we needed to be responsible. Que también le dije que cómo le íbamos a hacer that we had a lot of stuff to think about now. And then he was like, okay, when I get home, I'll text you and we'll talk about it. And then he left. And then at night we were talking about it. And then the next game came up. School went by. He came to leave me in the afternoon. My dad was already here. So we were like, my dad's here, so we have to tell him. He was like, I know. So we came inside, and I was really nervous. I was scared. I don't want to tell him, but I had to. So we were like, pa, necesitamos hablar contigo de algo. And he plays around like saying, no tengo dinero. And then I was like, no es eso, no quiero dinero. But I was like we sat down in the living room and we told him, I didn't get my period yet. Like, I didn't get my period at all. And I took some pregnancy tests and they came positive. And then I told him que estaba embarazada. Y pues él me dijo que, like, I saw his face and I could see his disappointment. He told me que luego, ¿qué van a hacer? Dani se va a hacer cargo. ¿Dónde van a vivir? Él va a trabajar, tú vas a trabajar. Like, ¿cómo se van a mantener? This and that. And then, like, my boyfriend was like so serious. He didn't know what to say. I didn't either. But then I told him que no sabíamos, que like no lo esperábamos. Like, we had no idea what we were gonna do, but we know we had to sort things out. We had to find a way to work this out. And he didn't get mad either, but I could see his disappointment. And like, he told me que por qué no nos cuidamos, que en qué estábamos pensando, que lo hicimos por calenturientos. And then, like, I just stayed quiet and I was just listening, because it's hard when you're 18 and find out that you're pregnant, because you're still at a young age. You're still living your life. We were barely seniors. We were about to graduate, and like, for him, I had to have a career, go to college, study for it, and then get a job for what I studied for. But they knew, I told them, they knew I didn't want to go to college, because I didn't want to be away from them. And like, I told them, and then they knew. And then my dad insisted that we had to go, like, I had to go to college for a career, because then I wasn't gonna be able to get a job or anything. And and then he went to eat, and then we just ate in the living room. And then I told my boyfriend that he had to tell his dad, and then he was like, I know, I'm gonna tell him today when I get home. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then, like, it was already in the afternoon, and he went with his dad and told him, like, he let me know when he was there and when he was gonna tell him. So I waited until he called or texted me to tell me that he already told him. And he told me that he got mad and told him that what was he thinking, why didn't we take care of ourselves, that he needed to like start looking for a good job with a good pay, and le tenía que echar ganas because it was a huge responsibility, and like we need to be adults, act like adults for our baby. And he told me that like he looked at him like he was also disappointed, but I mean, it was a huge surprise for us. We didn't expect it, but it just happened. And yeah, so that's how we found out, and how I told my parents, and then how he told his dad. And I mean, I went through my whole pregnancy for the 9 months, and then until December, it's when I gave birth to my little baby boy, the 21st. And it was hard. It was really hard. The contractions were really strong. Like, oh my god, I couldn't stand them. They were really strong. I was crying of how strong they were. I couldn't take it no more. But I was like halfway there. And then the next morning, like it was around 8 that I was feeling this sort of cramp that like I felt my baby like pushing. And then I told the nurses, I was like, I think he's already down there, like, because I felt like he was pushing already, like. And then I told them that I think I was already open enough, the 10 inches. And then they checked me, and it turned out that yeah, like they saw his head, like his hair. And then she was like, girl, yes, you're already in labor, he's already down there, we just have to wait for your doctor to get here. We already let her know that you're open 10 inches, but you can't push yet until she gets here. I was like, oh my god, like, okay, I was trying to calm down, I was trying to go through the pain. And then they told me that if I had to push, that I could push, but until the nurse said to start and to stop. And then I did that, and then I gave 3 pushes, and then like his head was coming out little by little, and like I could feel him move. And then my doctor came, and she told me, are you ready to give birth to your son? And then I was like, yes, I'm ready. And then she got everything ready, and then she was like, when I tell you to start pushing, you're gonna start, and when I tell you to stop, you're gonna stop. And then I was like, okay. Like, I was breathing, I was sweating, I was thirsty, but my boyfriend was beside me, holding my hand, telling me that I could do this, that he was almost here, that I just had to do a few more pushes. And then my daughter was like, are you ready? And then she was like, yes. And then she was like, okay, you can start pushing. And then I pushed, I took like 4 pushes to the 4th one. My baby came out and he was already here. It was already 9 something, and he came out. I didn't hear a cry, and then they started like wiping him, like cleaning him, and then I heard his cry, and then I was like, oh, like I could breathe now. My boyfriend was beside me. He went to go see him, and then my mom came. She was holding my hand, and I heard my baby boy cry, and then I started crying, and then they gave him to me, and I put him on my chest, and then he was still crying, but as soon as they put him in my chest, he stopped crying. I was like, oh my gosh, like it was the best feeling of my life. I saw him and I couldn't believe I gave birth to him, that he's actually my son, and he's finally here. And then I was holding him and crying at the same time, and I saw my boyfriend beside me, and I saw that he was just staring at our son. But as I stared at him, he was crying too. And then I was surprised because it's like, it was like a feeling that we both had, that we couldn't believe that we're parents now to a little boy. And he was like so emotional. He couldn't stop crying. He was so happy, so excited that he was already here with us in our arms. And it was just an amazing day for us, an excited day, and we were so happy he was already here. And until this day, we're so thankful and blessed that everything went well that day, and he's okay. He's with us. He's gave us at the beginning a hard time, but it's normal because he's a baby. But now that he's almost 2 months, I just see him and I still can't believe he's my son. I gave birth to him, and I'm gonna take care of him for the rest of his life. I just thank God that that day everything went well, that my mom and my boyfriend were there. I was happy and I felt safe, that I know I could do it, and I did it. And yeah, that's how my pregnancy went. Sorry that I cried. I didn't think I was gonna get emotional. But I hope y'all enjoyed this story time with me. And yeah, I still can't believe until this day that I have my son with me. I'm just so happy now that he's in my arms, and everyone's happy. My family's happy, my boyfriend's family's happy, everyone's happy that he's here. He's growing so fast. Oh my god. But thank you everyone for watching today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If y'all did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, comment what y'all think, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Turn on your post notifications on by clicking the little bell so you won't miss another video of mine. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.